Hello guys, so today we are going to talk about the calcium and its compounds. Okay, so to begin with, I hope you have done this magnesium and its compounds. So the next element that we shall discuss about calcium and its compounds. So first, calcium. As we know, the sources of calcium are many. Just like magnesium has got various sources, the calcium has also got with many sources. Those are, in terms of the calcium can exist in terms of carbonates, in terms of sulfates, fluorides, phosphites. Normally you know about carbonates, that is calcium carbonate, which is, I have told you various names, right? Fluorspar, then calcium carbonate itself, that is lime. Then we also have, that is Iceland spur. Okay, so these are the various things, that is sources of calcium carbonate. And similarly sulfates, calcium sulfate, CaSO4.7H2O, right? MgSO4.7H2O, CaSO4.2H2O, that is called as what? Gypsum. Then we have got fluorides. So fluorides are formula of fluorspar. And phosphites. Phosphates has what? Calcium phosphate, that is Ca3PO4 taken twice. Okay, so these are the various sources of calcium. Then marble, what is it like as marble? Then Iceland spur. Then chalk, limestone. So that's all. So basically these are all contain the same composition, that is CaCO3, and they are the source of what? Carbonates. Sulfates, you know this. What is the name of CaSO4.H2? It is called as what? I told you, calcium and gypsum. Right? CaSO4 means gypsum. Then fluorides. So this is called as what? Fluorspar. And calcium phosphate. So these are the various sources. Then moving on to its extraction of calcium. Now, so if you remember how we have extracted sodium, we have extracted sodium from NaOH. We have extracted potassium from KOH. Fused form of NaOH and fused form of KOH. We perform the electrolysis, and then what are the various kinds of electrolysis methods also we have seen. Same way, calcium cannot be extracted, like unlike fused NaOH and KOH. Fused calcium hydroxide do not give calcium. Okay, NaOH ki KOH ki extraction chesetappudu, like from them if you wanted to extract sodium and potassium, we have done it. But calcium cannot be extracted by the same method that we have followed, that is calcium hydroxide, which we cannot extract calcium. Why? Because on electrolysis of calcium hydroxide, it forms calcium oxide. Okay, this is reactive substance with respect to water. So that's why calcium oxide is formed. We are not getting calcium. So what's the alternative then? The alternative that we have is this electrolysis of fused calcium chloride with calcium chloride. That is 6 parts of calcium chloride with 1 part of calcium chloride. Again, 6 parts of calcium chloride with 1 part of calcium chloride, that will fuse together, and we electrolyze that to get our calcium. CaCl2 will form Ca plus 2 plus Cl2. We have got with minus ions, so 2 chloride ions will be getting, right? 2 chloride ions. And now as it is, what do we observe? We have the electrolyte itself. We have got the molten form of calcium fluoride plus calcium chloride. The fused form, fused, why fused? Only in the fused form will have, 1 second. Okay, just a call from sir. Okay, fine. So calcium chloride and calcium chloride fused form. Why fused form? Why should we use fused? On fusion, the ions can be easily moved. So on free movement of ions, then we can extract the respective calcium. Alright. So now during this electrolysis, there are two things, that is the anode is, which is made up of graphite rod, and the cathode is iron rod. The compartment itself is made up of iron, so rod can be the iron rod, and this compartment will be as what? Graphite. So the lining will be of graphite. So when you perform this electrolysis of this one, we have calcium chloride at 700 degrees Celsius, which is very high temperature. So at 700 degrees Celsius, when you perform the electrolysis, it gives calcium ions plus this is aqueous and Cl minus. Now at anode, we know the reactions. What happens at anode? Oxidation. Oxidation means loss of electrons. Who is readily losing the electrons? Chlorine. So Cl minus will lose one electron and form chlorine. So two such Cl minus will release two electrons and form Cl2 gas. So chlorine gas is released. Where? At anode or at graphite rod. Remember this. At graphite rod, we have the chlorine gas released. And at cathode, what happens? At cathode, we have this calcium plus 2 ions, which are aqueous form, takes these 2 electrons and becomes calcium in the molten form. Okay, so solid state of or pasty type of calcium will be there. Now this calcium that is formed will again have the tendency to react backwards. So this calcium and this chlorine can again react to form calcium chloride. Or we have this molten form, so minute amount of mixtures water is also present. So that it can react with water and form calcium hydroxide. So what is the challenge that we have is this calcium chloride, which gave the calcium, has to be removed immediately. So the calcium, since, let me write like this, since calcium can readily react backwards, we often remove the rod, it is iron rod, and cleanse it. So this rod, very often, like the calcium will be settling over here. If this calcium that is settling over is allowed to be there for a long time, reverse reaction will happen. So what I do is I remove it and I wipe it off. So that the calcium will be separated. So this is what you have to remember this. Okay. Then that's all about the calcium, extraction of calcium. Then moving on to the next, properties. What are the various properties of calcium? These are the various physical properties. Then we'll talk about the chemical properties. It is white silvery metal. Calcium is what? White silvery metal, and then it is malleable in nature. What do you mean malleable in nature? Malleability, ductility. You might have studied even in lower classes, right? Which can be drawn into wires is ductility. Which can be beaten into thin sheets is malleability, right? So they both, that is, calcium is malleable and ductile and silveryness. Then it is a good conductor of electricity. Of course, why it is a good conductor of electricity? Because it has free electrons. Those electrons that can be easily coming out and conduct electricity. Then it is dull grey in color. In terms of color, it is dull grey. Then melting point is 1115 Kelvin. Boiling point is 1757. In fact, higher. You can find the boiling point is relatively higher. And density is what? 1.55 grams per cc. So 1.5 times of water. Almost these are the physical properties. Then moving on to the chemical properties. Now, in terms of chemical properties again, you need not by heart the products or reaction. Assess first. Anticipate what could be the product. So calcium plus oxygen will form common sense. Calcium oxide. What is the formula? CaO. Oxide is -2, calcium is +2. Crisscross +2, oxygen is -2. So crisscross, what do you get? Ca2O2. And I told you already, formula will always be written in the simplest form. So 2 1s 2 1. So CaO, calcium oxide. Then calcium nitride. Yes or no? Calcium plus nitrogen form calcium nitride. Formula Ca3N2. Calcium plus hydrogen will form calcium hydride, CaH2. Calcium chloride, CaCl2. Calcium plus carbon. This thing we have seen. This is calcium carbide, which is CaC2. Remember this formula which we have seen it earlier. Carbides to chadavan mati. Point. Formula which we on hydrolysis of calcium carbide. What does it form? On hydrolysis of calcium carbide, it releases dash, and calcium carbide is called as dash. 2 points. It releases what? Ethine. So that's why it is called as what? Acetylene. That is, acetylene is produced. So that's why it is called as calcium carbide is called as acetylides. Acetylides. Because since CaC2 on treating with water will form calcium hydroxide plus C, which is called as acetylene. Fine. Coming back, we have seen this reaction multiple times. Then calcium plus acid, Ca plus HCl gives, again anticipate, what do you expect? Metal, non-metal, kicking out hydrogen. So calcium chloride, CaCl2 plus, what gas is released? Hydrogen gas is released. Then calcium with water. We have seen this reaction also. All metals except beryllium will react with water, as I said. And even in the reaction with water, magnesium do not react with cold water. It reacts with what? Warm water. Then calcium with water will react with warm water, yes. Steam, yes. Cold water, yes. So calcium plus water gives calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Then most important one, that is with respect to calcium liquid ammonia. How we have seen in case of sodium and potassium also. Liquid ammonia metal chuttura ammonia molecules surround and we call it as ammoniated metal. Same way, calcium with the liquid ammonia gets surrounded by ammonia molecules, that is NH3 taken 6 times. Ammoniated calcium. On heating this ammoniated, this is most important. On heating this ammoniated calcium, we get calcium amide. And this calcium, apart from calcium, we get ammonia plus hydrogen gas. How we have seen in the dry ammonia, reaction with dry ammonia, we have got in sodium and potassium, we have got the amides formation and liberation of NH2. NH3. Same way, calcium amide plus ammonia plus H2. Okay, and here another point is this: when we heat this calcium amide, on further heating, it will form calcium nitride, that is Ca3N2 plus ammonia is again released. So you remember this last reaction related to most other reactions. Competitive exams will not be much focused on. They may be focused on these reactions which are star mark. Okay, fine. So this is about the chemical properties. They are talking about the compounds of calcium. We have various compounds of calcium: calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate, plaster of Paris, cement, mortar, and calcium oxide. All these things. So we will do it all the things. First, quicklime. Quicklime is nothing but what? Calcium oxide. Remember this. The quicklime, limestone, then lime water, then slaked lime. These names very often you will be using. We don't use calcium oxide, we will say quicklime. We don't use calcium hydroxide, it's a slaked lime. Are you understanding? So lime water, so limestone. So 3 things or 4 things you must be knowing the formula with the names. So right now, quicklime. Quicklime is called as what? Calcium oxide. Now this calcium oxide is prepared, very simple method of preparation. Calcium carbonate, on heating will form calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. So only thing is the heat is around 1000 degrees Celsius, very high temperature, 1000 degrees Celsius. We have big kilns. Okay, so calcium kilns and down. Kiln and the batti lanti. So in that around 1000 degrees Celsius, okay, like maybe the size of this big room, one kiln will be of the size of this big room. So like that, many kilns, and around 1000 degrees Celsius we will extract or we will produce the calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Now again, if this carbon dioxide is not removed, again quickly combines to form calcium carbonate. So it is a reversible reaction again. Now this carbon dioxide, there is a point that we will study in physical chemistry, Le-Chatelier's principle. Okay, according to the Le-Chatelier's principle, Le-Chatelier's principle. Okay, what does that means? In chemical equilibrium you will be studying. To produce more and more calcium oxide, what happens? Should the reaction go forward or backward? Think again. Calcium oxide ఎక్కువ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవ్వాలి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి నేను? ఫార్వర్డ్ రియాక్షన్ జరుగుతూ ఉంటే కాల్షియం ఆక్సైడ్ ఎక్కువ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుందా? బ్యాక్వర్డ్ రియాక్షన్ జరిగితేనా? ఫార్వర్డ్ రియాక్షన్. ఓకే, ఓకే, సో ఫార్వర్డ్ రియాక్షన్ జరగడానికి 2 పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. ఏంటి? నెంబర్ 1 పాసిబిలిటీ కామన్ సెన్స్. ఏంటి? ఎక్కువ కాల్షియం కార్బోనేట్ తీసుకున్నాను అనుకో, ఆటోమేటిక్గా కాల్షియం ఆక్సైడ్ ఎక్కువ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది, అంతేనా కదా? ద మోర్ ఐ యూజ్ కాల్షియం కార్బోనేట్, మోర్ ద ఫార్వర్డ్ రియాక్షన్ మోర్ కాల్షియం ఆక్సైడ్ ఇస్ ఫార్మ్. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ వే. ద సెకండ్ వే ఈస్ on removing carbon dioxide, on increasing calcium carbonate, calcium oxide is produced more, ante forward reaction is favored. On decreasing the carbon dioxide, then also calcium oxide is favored, or forward direction is favored. This is called as Le-Chatelier's principle. Okay, in physical chemistry you study in detail. As if now I am just introducing the principle, Le-Chatelier's principle. Okay, whether a reaction is favored in forward direction or backward direction. Same way నాకు backward direction జరగాలి. ఇప్పుడు backward direction జరగాలి అంటే ఏం చేయొచ్చు? నేను increase this concentration, automatically this will form. Increase this concentration also, it will favor the forward direction. Yes or no? So on a whole it favors backward direction on increasing it. Similarly on decreasing the concentration also it will favor backward direction. Okay, so detail you will study in physical chemistry. Now coming back to its properties. So calcium oxide on treating with water, just now we have seen it forms what? Calcium hydroxide plus it is an exothermic process. Okay, you might have done it at homes also. You can do it. Just take calcium oxide, put it in water and touch the beaker. It will be very warm, right? So the warmness is because of heat release. And now this calcium oxide that is released treated with water is called as what? Slaked lime, which is generally in the powdered form. ఈ స్లేక్డ్ లైమే ఎక్కువ వాటర్తో రియాక్ట్ అయితే కనుక ఒక పేరు ఉంటుంది, ఆర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ వాట్ యూ కెన్ సే ఇస్ ఫ్లోటింగ్ ఇన్ ద వాటర్ అంటే కనుక ఇంకొక నేమ్ ఉంటుంది. సో 2 నేమ్స్ అదే, విచ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ calcium hydroxide. Okay, when treated with water, in water, if it is dissolved completely dissolved, then we call it as lime water. Lime water is a solution. ఎలాగైతే సాల్ట్ వాటర్ మిక్స్ చేస్తే సాల్ట్ సొల్యూషన్ అంటామో, లైమ్ వాటర్ సొల్యూషన్. లైమ్ వాటర్ ఇస్ అ సొల్యూషన్. Whereas if calcium hydroxide is dissolved in water partially dispersed in water, just like milk. Okay, take a glass of water, add some 5 to 10 drops of milk in that glass of water. What happens? The milk will be dispersed throughout the water. So it is not a solution, it is a dispersion. And such a case we call it as what? Milk of lime, and it is a colloid. So colloid ki solution ki 2 main differences. Okay, colloids disperses in the medium, solution dissolves in the medium. Okay, in the solvent. Solute dissolves the solution. The dispersion medium disperses in dispersion phase. Then we call it as what? Milk of lime. We will talk about this here in surface chemistry. Okay, ఇక్కడ మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే మిల్క్ ఆఫ్ లైమ్ దేని అంటాము? డిస్పర్స్డ్ ఇన్ వాటర్ అయితే కాల్షియం హైడ్రాక్సైడ్ డిస్పర్స్డ్ ఇన్ వాటర్ ఇస్ మిల్క్ ఆఫ్ లైమ్. Calcium hydroxide completely dissolved in water is lime water. Okay, then its uses. So what we have seen earlier, uses. It is used in chemical industries, in various manufacturing. It is used in purifying the sugar. Normal sugar has huge amounts of impurities, dissolved and undissolved and moisture and everything. So to remove that, we use calcium oxide, and it is used in preparing dye stuffs, color stuffs, and it is used in bleaching powder. Bleaching powder we use some COVID time, so we know the use of bleaching powder, and bleaching powder is a mixture of one of the component, that is calcium oxide. And calcium salts, it is used in preparing calcium salts like calcium chloride, calcium hydroxide, calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate, various compounds of calcium ki manamu calcium oxide uses. So calcium salts, mortar is again hard mass substance. Then cement is also similar to mortar, slight difference is there, we'll see that. And glass is a mixture of what? Calcium with silicate. Calcium silicate form of the Ca plus SiO2 gives CaSiO2. What is it? Ca plus SiO2 gives CaSiO2. So this is called as calcium silicate. It is nothing but a major composition of glass. Then it is used in the furnace lining. Just now we have said the melting point is very high for calcium oxide, right? So that's why మనకి ఇందాక చెప్పాను కదా ఒక బట్టి లాగా ఒక పెద్ద రూమ్లో ఉంటే కిల్న్ అనేసి, ఆ కిల్న్కి కాల్షియం ఆక్సైడ్ జస్ట్ లైక్ సిమెంట్ పూస్తున్నాం కదా, అలాగా ఒక లేయర్ ఆఫ్ కాల్షియం ఆక్సైడ్ పూసేస్తాం అనమాట. ఎందుకంటే అది ఒక లైనింగ్ లాగా ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ ద హీట్ విల్ బి ట్రాప్డ్ ఇన్సైడ్ ఓన్లీ, విల్ నాట్ లీవ్ అవుట్. సో కాల్షియం ఆక్సైడ్ has got highest melting point or high melting point, approximately 2500 degrees Celsius. So that's why it is used as what? Furnace lining. Then it is used as disinfectant, just now as I said, and it is used in purifying the coal gas. So coal gas purification lo kuda we use calcium oxide. So with this the calcium oxide properties and preparations we have done. In the next class we will talk about some more compounds of calcium. I thought like I will finish off this part also, that is calcium carbonate, so that we will be left with three other main compounds. So let me finish off that also, that is calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Okay, calcium carbonate. Preparation wise, very simple. Again, think, anticipate first of all, calcium carbonate కావాలి, కాల్షియం ఉండాలి, కార్బోనేట్ ఉండాలి. కార్బోనేట్ కావాలి అంటే కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ ఉండాలి మేజర్గా, రైట్. సో కాల్షియం hydroxide, which is the base on treating with carbon dioxide, will form calcium carbonate plus water. And this calcium carbonate precipitates ante it will be settled down, fine, slowly settle down. It will be settling down in the beaker or in the container. Calcium carbonate is precipitating all the time. So calcium, that is one method of preparation. There is also another method of preparation, that is calcium chloride on treating with sodium carbonate. What will happen? Double displacement reaction. So calcium chloride, sodium carbonate. Okay, this chlorine will go with sodium as NaCl, and calcium is going with carbonate as what? Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. So in both the cases, calcium carbonate will precipitate out easily. In fact, we have little amount of moisture in both the cases. The water here is already there. Here also we can use some amount of water, so that sodium chloride will dissolve in water and calcium chloride does not dissolve. Okay, so it can be precipitated and it can be separated out. Then properties, it is white powdered form. Okay, calcium carbonate is what? White powder ga untadi, and it is insoluble in water. As now as I said, it is precipitating and it is literally insoluble in water, but it is soluble in the presence of carbon dioxide. Important point. In the presence of carbon dioxide ante calcium carbonate, when we have the water alone, without any carbon dioxide, then it is generally insoluble. But when you have calcium carbonate with water and carbon dioxide is acidic in nature, right? So carbon dioxide and water will form carbonic acid, tendency to form carbonic acid. So then in that case we will see that calcium carbonate and water, no reaction, but calcium carbonate in the presence of carbon dioxide will form calcium bicarbonate. Okay, and so these are the properties. And lastly, uses. So it is the various uses is what? It is used in toothpaste, then cosmetics, majorly calcium carbonate in film industry and all is nothing but calcium carbonate. Cosmetics, every cosmetic contains calcium carbonate. Then chalk. As I said, calcium carbonate we have various sources: chalk, limestone, marble, fluorspar, ice sandstone and all. So chalk, it is used in making paints, and marble, it is used in making or producing carbon dioxide and buildings. How do we produce carbon dioxide? Heat it. Calcium carbonate heat chestadu, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide chestadu. Then limestone is used in producing calcium oxide. It is also used in producing calcium hydroxide. Then it is used in making of cement, glass, and smelting of iron and lead. Smelting of iron and lead is nothing but making it molten form and then extracting the iron and lead from its impurities. Okay, our entire process we will be using calcium carbonate. Okay, so these are some uses of calcium carbonate. So with this, the calcium oxide, that is quicklime, is done, and calcium carbonate is done. We have two more things, that is calcium sulfate, and in that calcium sulfate we have important one is plaster of Paris, that is POP, and that is cement is also there. Okay, so with that calcium compounds will be done. So as of now for today we will stop here. In the next class we will continue with the other compounds.